I think this year, this has been our most that we've ever been prepared or confident or comfortable.
Tyler's really been hard at it and very serious. He's been up every morning, crack of dawn.
I mean, it's an all-day deal. You're gone all day, you come back at night, you fix everything, and you do the same thing over tomorrow. Tyler's definitely very passionate about this race, and he puts a lot of effort into it.
Put everything he has into the last 3 years of racing, and he has a passion for doing this.
Today, I think we're going to go hammer the rocks and try to just get a good chunk of them knocked out, because the rocks are no joke. And it was a lot. You know, we came out here with 3 rigs. Being my 3rd year here, like, I had a really good understanding of where we were at. You set that expectation, like, you're putting all this work in, and come race day, you know, you're ready to compete.
It took a couple hard hits on that trail. Not good. Like, we both landed, and it was like, oh, and we're like, oh, dude, that was bad. And then we did it like 2 more times.
Co-driver and navigator for Tyler, so I'm running the GPS, just kind of giving him, just telling him where the lines are, where we got to go. And been out here with Tyler for about a week and a half now, pre-running, running the rocks, running the desert.
We had no plans of me racing. He was like, you know, it's double points for King of Hammers. Why don't you race my pre-runner? So Kurt, my brother-in-law, he flew out early. We'd already been pre-running for 3 days, and so Kurt jumps in the car and was like, all right, let's go.
My dad was sleeping in the back of the toter on our way out here, and I'm like, you're racing. Like, we're gonna sign you up and you'll get at least some points for starting the race.
We even got toilet paper, just in case.
There's a lot of rock trails out here that are just so challenging that it's hard just to get through them, let alone at race pace.
We were going up stuff, and we continue to surprise ourselves in practice, like what these machines are capable of.
You know, I can't imagine going through here with anything less than what these things can do.
It was good. We had a few minor breaks in practice, but really nothing that was gonna like change our, you know, strategy for race day.
Tyler, this is his 3rd year, and from Tyler's driving last year to this year has picked up a ton. Like, he's just getting way smoother in the rocks, way better in the desert.
Oh, I'm incredibly proud of Tyler, and so very, very supportive of him, and he knows every aspect of the car and has a wonderful and supportive team with him to do that.
The first race we did was the Volkswagen Bug Race, Class 11, and it was a little confusing because we just went out in the middle of the desert and everybody lined up and we're like, where are we going? And then Dave Cole came over and said, we're actually gonna go over there. Watch that guy out there, he's gonna drop a flag. And then he went through and said 3 minutes to go, and so Avery and I were watching, and all of a sudden somebody jumps the gun. And so 2 more people win, and so we just took off, and right off the bat, we were passing people and we were going through the rocks and the bushes. And
Todd went off course, you know, trying to pass everyone, get as many cars as we can, and there was that big bush, and bam, just took her down along with 20 rocks right off the start. It was awesome, but it was rough.
We had a flat tire. We were probably in top 5. We came in, got a flat tire changed out, and I think we ended up in the 8th position after a pretty epic battle the last 2 laps with our buddy Will Harris.
You know, her and my dad got to race the Class 11 Bug Race. You know, she was screaming at my dad to go faster, you know, just to, you know, faster, faster, faster. She's just as competitive as we are, so it's fun to see and it's fun to have that around. I think I was more nervous the day of qualifying than I was at the start of this race, because qualifying is everything. It literally sets your starting position going out for the race. Brock Hager goes out and sets the 2nd fastest, and he took the bypass.
Your qualifying's huge. You need to start up front to get a good qualifying, to get fresh air, so you can just keep on hammering. And because last year we raced, we qualified like high 30s and stuff, and we just got stuck in a couple big bottlenecks where people had to winch and got stuck.
And then after that, I think the weight was lifted off my shoulders. We qualified 11th overall out of, you know, I think 120 cars or something. That's the best I've ever done in qualifying, and obviously it set us up for the race day. Obviously the flat tire didn't help, but like...
When did you get it flat? I noticed that.
Don't even know. It had to be going down resolution, because I like jumped one of the left sides and the steering wheel went like really bad, and it was not good.
But they had your time rolling.
Yeah.
And I knew you were getting close to being out of the bypass. And you hit the back door of like the intersection like 6 minutes. Like, so I knew you was gonna be good.
Qualifying laps, same course that every class qualified on, so it was getting pretty beat out, and I hit a rock. It wasn't that big a rock, but I broke a front left axle. So I immediately was out of the chance to qualify, so I put us clear back in 93rd position. So long road to a lot of cars to pass and big challenges with that far back.
been a long week. We've been out here for like 2 weeks. Now we're finally here. Tech and contingency, and we race tomorrow.
We thought everything was good. We went through pre-tech and we were all good. Then we go through final tech, and then our running light wasn't working. So we just kind of had to troubleshoot it to figure out what was wrong with it, and we were, trying to rewire it.
And literally the first station at Tech and Contingency, he's like, you fail. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I've had 4 days to fix this, and you're just not telling me the day of? I'm like, why would you even give me the chassis band? Well, we have some bad wiring going on, and we just need to try to get our rear tail light working, so that way we have a constant red tail light and a brake light. It was a minor fix anyways, and we ended up just like wiring a steady red light in staging.
We had to go buy another light and wire that in, and so we made it through tech, not having to come back to the base camp and fix it and go back up there.
We got our constant red light. We just wired it up there, and now we're zip tying it in. We're good to go.
Waking up on race day, it was just, the wind was blowing, I could hear the tents outside. Well, I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. The first thing I heard was the wind, or the tents blowing like crazy, so I poked my head out in my undies and I was like, oh great. No one really knew what to expect because they projected for rain and whatever, so it was like, I was stressing out because like everybody would, you don't know what you're getting into.
So it's King of Hammers, you never know what's going to happen here, and you just got to deal with the elements and get her done.
Driving in the rain, not being able to see, mud flying, rocks slippery. It's gonna be a great day.
I knew we were in a good position, and we kept telling myself that we needed to keep a clean pace and save the car for the rocks. I would say Turkey Cloud was like the highway or like the main street for everyone getting parked. Thankfully we were still able to drive all around them and stuff.
We were passing a guy, and we just hit this G out, and we lawn darted the car, and I thought we broke like the front A-arm or something, because it was a pretty hard hit. We backed up and went, and Kurt's like, I think it hurt my wrist. A little bit later, we actually lost the left rear tire. All the lug nuts came out, and we didn't have enough parts to fix the car, and Kurt needed to go to the hospital, so we decided to end our day there.
And then obviously, we got the back door for the first time. If we don't have to do back door, then we're not going to, so we weren't going to try to jeopardize the car. I think we were at 7th place, physical, and we were hauling the mail, and came around a corner. I had my visor down, and it was raining, so I couldn't see that there was a big G out. And so I hit the first one, the front tires came off the ground, and I went full brake, and it locked the tires up. Everything together, it just snapped the front diff in half.
Tyler got on the brakes not to tear the car up, and from bottoming out in the G out, and just got on the brakes a little too hard, and it broke the front diff, and so we had to limp it back to main camp. So we were probably 3/4 of the way through the first lap when the front diff broke.
John on the radio was like, hey, we just exploded our front diff, not good, and we were still out far in the desert. So we thought main pit could hear us, but actually Avery heard us at RP1. So she ended up calling John at main pit and said, hey, they just blew their front diff up. Well, the only front diff we had was at remote pit 2. So then John called Josh, and Josh drove all the way from RP2, brought them front diff before we got there.
Got a call, he broke front diff, and I had the spare front diff with me, and so I needed to get from where I was to where he was gonna be really quickly, and say no more, we took off. Tyler got there, we had everything ready. I don't have an exact number on how long it took us, half hour or so.
If you want to finish races and if you want to win, everything has to be perfect. The guys have worked their butts off. We changed front diffs multiple times. I think Josh changed a front diff 4 times this week. Pull up the Chocolate Thunder, and there was a bunch of traffic there, so I just rammed my way to the front. One of the race driven guys got out and grabbed our winch for us and hauled it up the hill, hooked up. We winched right over this huge rock. We winched in, put it all back for us, and we took off. We got down the last rock trail, came through the Bronco Arch, and it was just like, okay, like just cross the finish line. That's all we got to do. And we finished 3 out of 3 times. So this is our 3rd year in a row finishing, and you know, we're only building and growing each race. I think crossing that finish line meant a lot to us. This is 3 years in a row finishing for us, and couldn't be happier. You know, I'm super thankful for all the companies that helped us get here, and then just my mom and dad for helping me support my dream. I couldn't thank them enough. And I'm gonna go change because I peed my pants out there.
That's awesome to hear, I guess. That's a good job out there. Congratulations.
Each year we've knocked like 2 hours off our time. Like it was 8.5 hours and then 6.5 hours. And I think this year it might have been 5 hours. And like we got a text in that it might be 12th overall unofficial. Appreciate everyone that comes out and supports us. So I'd say that's my favorite part is the people and you know the experience that everyone else gets to have. Because like I've been here 3 years and I'm here to race, but like you also give a group of 20 people the opportunity to like go out in the middle of the desert and experience things they've never had.
We do this as a family and we race several weekends of the year, and so it's been very nice to be able to, you know, be at times with my siblings will come and, you know, we all work great as a team, and I always try to make sure that my pit crew that's going to be gone for a couple weeks as well, that they have opportunities. And it's really important to me that everyone who takes their time out to come here for the time that they're here, that they have taken care of my family and my son, and so it's very important for me to take care of all of you.
Well, we did have a lot of fun with the gel blasters. They sent us a bunch of them because I met them at a nitrocross race, and you know, I came here. It's been a lot of fun. We handed them out to all the racers. Like Tech and Tennessee, we were down there. We handed them out to a bunch of random people.
Say hello to my little friend.
We all got up real early. Hi, Mom.
Yes. Sure, yeah. The reason that Kurt broke his wrist is my fault. They were having fun until they weren't.
Hit a G out, steering wheel went like that and broke the old hand, the wrist.
Didn't hear you. What'd you say? I said hello and goodbye as we blew by him, you know.
All right.
We finished.
Yes, we did. What position?
I'm not sure.
Nobody's sure.
I peed my pants, Josh, and I smell like piss, so.